Nick. Let me get Nick. Nick's a good guy.
Nick Suss, you're up.
Hey, Deion, I was just wondering if you could.
Oh, hold on. Let's back up a little bit. You don't call Nick Saban Nick. Don't call me Deion now. Okay.
I call Nick Saban Nick.
Yeah,
I'll
you
call you
don't.
Deion.
No, you
What's
don't.
your
No,
name?
you don't. That's a lie.
What's your name?
If you call Nick Nick, you know you get cussed out on the spot. So don't do that to me. Treat me like Nick.
Okay, Deion.
All right.
Just
Looking at this as well, online, there are so many different responses to the tweet. Dion responded to it, let him know, hey, I never walked out. I prolonged my time to answer a question. The person thought it was cute to address me in the way he did, so I dropped the call and went to the next outlet. So that's the end of the thing, right? That's not what they're reporting. They're reporting that Dion is being uppity, 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 uppity. So the question is, in fact, I'm gonna let you watch this. I'm gonna let you watch this. Now there are some kids, there are some people who are 100% are behind Dion on this one. But I want you to look at the pictures, profile pics, and find out who was not. I'm not reading anything. I'm not reading it. Everybody's saying, well, I heard another person was called this way. I heard you called Dabo Dabo. I heard blah, 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 blah. When someone asks you to call them something, call me, call me Coach Dion. He'll call me Oompa Loompa Dion. If he asks you to call him that, that's what he goes by. That's what he wants you to call him. If you want it, if you don't want to call him that, you don't got to talk to him, and he don't got to talk to you. But as you see these tweets, the ones that are going against him all have something very simple in common. Yeah, even on his page, his response, it's the same thing.
Fast, tough, and disciplined. But guess what? I'm happy that you're coming on our podcast of Barstools next week. I'm happy that you have vowed. You have vowed to make sure we're clean because you know the motto look good, feel good. You told us that you're going to get us the red blazers, the blue slacks, the white shirt, and we're going to be so clean that we're dirty. And I'm going to hold you to that, and I thank you for that, man. That's why I love you.
We're going to take care of Jackson State University, the same conference that I was in the SWAC along with Texas Southern. Deion, I'm so glad you're going to the HBCU, bringing a lot of light to the HBCU experience. Thank you so much, my friend.
When it comes to the current SWAC big name profile Hall of Famers, none are bigger than Texas Southern's own Michael Strahan. Of course, you know Walter Payton, Robert Brazile, Jimmy Smith. They got those players, Aeneas Williams, but none are currently as high profile as Michael Strahan is. Came from nothing, no scholarship offers, worked his way up to Texas Southern, is a Super Bowl champion, a Hall of Famer, played in the biggest city in the country for the biggest team on the biggest stage. Now he has so many media outlets that he works with, Good Morning America and things like that. The elevation of Texas Southern would be stupendous. Deion actually has a relationship with Strahan. A lot of people don't realize just how important their relationship would be. Now, unlike some of the comments seen online about Jackson State and their fans, Texas Southern has no problem booting up and playing overseas. They have no problem going to play in the Bahamas. They have no problem getting more recognition because I believe the school itself is not focused on its history because it honestly doesn't really have that big of an impact with the SWAC. Even though most of the Texas schools that started it, I believe the last two are going to Prairie View A&M and Texas Southern, they don't have as much influence right now. But the ability to have basically a blank slate with a big um, lightning rod, Michael Strahan, would make a humongous difference when it comes to recruiting, comes to having a starting ground that's already better as far as facilities goes than Jackson State has. Yeah, I think we need to go to just how deep the talent pool really is in Texas. A lot of people don't understand, or they don't realize just how deep it is. So let's go to the 2021 football recruits, and I'm not going to be blind about it. I'm not going to say Deion's going to get the top five-star players, but he has gotten a couple four-stars. Let's check out how deep the four-star recruits are in Texas. Okay? I mean, in fact, it's an easier example. Instead of seeing how deep they are, look at how many schools made their bones off of the four stars and three stars in Texas. Let's see. OU, A&M, OU, A&M, Alabama, OU, A&M, Alabama, LSU, OU. What? Go ahead, SMU. Okay. A&M, LSU, A&M, Mississippi State. I guarantee you that's one of the top players they got in their draft, in their class. Followed, of course, by Quadarius. Check him out. Man, okay. Man, that was okay. Well, from Kadarius go down, I mean, you have Cal, Texas Tech, A&M, Tennessee. Oh, there's UT. So you have Arkansas, Clemson. This boy right here is a beast from my neck of the woods. And when Austin, he will be a stud in Clemson. Then you have Alabama, A&M, Alabama, Texas, Miami, Auburn, A&M, JSU again. Of course, that's his son, Shador Sanders. Oklahoma, Florida State, Alabama, Mississippi State, Texas. I mean, you can see the talent pool in Texas is deep. Still going to 3 stars. Auburn, Texas, Arizona State, Michigan, U of H, A&M, TCU, Texas, A&M. As you can see, it goes on and on. These are all major colleges. And these are the 3 stars. Remember those 3 stars that they said didn't mean anything, and the 4 stars that were just coming from all over? Still going. Baylor, North Texas. That's my my school, but Baylor. It goes on with these big time schools. Loving the fact that they're getting these kids ranked 98, 100. It goes on and on and on and on. Big time schools down here, K State finally. Um, SC from Corpus. Texas Tech, Texas Tech. But like I said, what does that mean, right? Let's check something out real quick.
Well, it's the greatest high school football city in America, in the greatest high school football state in America, and we are that city's university. So it only makes sense to me that the best players in the city of Houston would want to stay close to home and want to represent their city and where they grew up and be close to family and friends and kind of continue. If they've started a legacy or a name for themselves, so to speak, in high school, continue that throughout their college playing experience. And again, we know we're not going to sign all 25 guys every signing class from the greater Houston area. I'd like to. That's my goal, but we know we've got to do a good job in the other areas of our state, in the Metroplex, in Dallas and Central Texas, East Texas, and then branch out as needed into kind of Western Louisiana and Southern Oklahoma, but really hopefully shouldn't have to leave our state borders, let alone our kind of greater Houston area.
Now, don't get me wrong. This kid that they recruited, I think he'll have a great career at Texas Southern. The kid, he shows that it factor. I'm not sure exactly what position they're going to play him at currently at Texas Southern. Is he going to be a running back, receiver? But he has the talent. So I'll give him credit. Yeah. I think with them, they do have that foundation. They have a good young quarterback. As I've documented before, this guy will add an extra boost of talent. Once again, depending on what they're going to play him at. But the amount of talent that Deion will bring to Texas Southern would be crazy. You can't tell me. Yes, I do understand it's a smaller stadium. I get it. It's more modern. It's made for a soccer team, the Houston Dynamo. I get it. But you gotta understand, with this as a jewel and the constant contact from Hollywood, from Deion's connections, from Strahan's connections. I'm not sure why Strahan is connected now. Maybe Texas Southern is not using their resources correctly, but this will be sold out. Texas loves football, especially if it's winning. I'm going down there. I'll be down there for the Prairie View versus Texas Southern game. We're going to do a story on it. But at the same time, if Deion had control of this, if Jackson State did not want Deion there and Deion went to Texas Southern, with a blank slate, it would be a wrap, people. Because one, who will complain?